Stein, oh my God, what happened to your beard? Hello, Jan. Karina. Hello, Sumi. Hello, Miklos. Good to see you guys. Nejla is here with us today. I see Joseph is here. Who else do we have here? Evelyn is here, I see. Hi, Evelyn. Sorry. Just keep jumping up and down here. Who else do we have in house today? Karin. Yes, here you are. Haridas, hello. Oh my God, I'm tired. Nice tour, by the way, Haridas. I saw you made a big tour with Prashant. 2 weeks all over the place. Good lesson to learn from you. These are guys that are really, really, really dedicated, and it's paying off. It's paying off. Like 2 weeks out of home, just dedicated continuously 100% for business. I mean, this is something to learn from. I see Bookout is here. Bookout, I'm happy for you. Now suddenly everything starts to change. There's a lot to wake up, indeed. It's amazing. Hello, Frauke. I see Anne-Louise is here. Turaya is here. Good to see you again. Who else do we have here? Long time no speak. Just a couple hours ago. Aus der Schweiz, Daniel ist hier. Aus der Schweiz. Mr. Vitae, Africa, Ghana. Sir Abdullah. Love your background, by the way. All right, I think we should go and prepare something. Pashan, by the way, I see you're here as well. I just congratulated your partner, Haridas, on a great, great journey. Yeah, I don't know if you listened to that, but you should know we appreciate it. We hear the noise, and soon the entire world will hear the noise. So congratulations on that one. Yeah, I see as well, Prashant has prepared something very special from the 8th to the 11th, I think, of April. Big tour, big training, a lot to learn from. Anyhow, let me get straight to the point. I would like to discuss today with you I wouldn't say the new, but the adjusted PowerPoint presentation, which obviously changes the entire game. And of course, then talk about this adjustment, specifically what that means, what the power is, what the impact could be if you work with it in the right way. Of course, miracles only happens to those who really reach out for them and do the necessary steps and do the necessary deeds that needs to happen to be able to deserve these and earn these miracles. But they don't just happen by sitting on a lazy chair. Unfortunately, it doesn't work this way. I think at each one of us have tried it at some point in his life, or several points in her life. It doesn't matter. It does not come this way. You need really actually to reach out, to do something, to engage in the process, daily activities in order to get something. But with our new adjusted plan, we'll discuss it after our presentation, what the impact really means, what that is, and what could change for you. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm assured, if you do the right things, if you work really hard, you're that far from success. Really, literally that far. It has never been done before what we're doing here. And that's just a start. That's just a start, because there are more exciting stuff coming still in 2021. Stay tuned, reach out, engage, and these miracles will come to you. Okay, I'm going to, oh my God. Just a second. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen with you. And let's open here the presentation. I thought I had it ready, but somehow my computer decided to do something else with it. Let's share the screen. Share sound. And here we go. So we have the right one. So if you see here, last updated March 15th, 2021, which is the most recent version. If you don't have yet this version, simply go to vitaeworld.info. Again, vitaeworld.info. Go on the link, push on the button of the presentation, and you'll be able to download it from there to your laptop, to your desktop, whatever, and you'll be able to use it even to your phone. And you'll be able to use it on the go or at meetings, and explore a world from there. Okay? We'll start with our first question. Are you ready for the future? I believe by now all those who have participated, and unfortunately all those who have been stuck in the waiting room, and I got a lot of feedback there as well. If they missed the call, okay, they got it in the email, maybe not with the same passion, maybe not with the same understanding. But I think by now everybody's ready for the future, because the future promises a lot of stuff if you engage, of course. We're going to do that today in 5 steps. We're going to discuss this journey that I'm about to share with you in 5 parts, which is going to talk in part 1 about the idea. There's problems in the market. We got to tackle these problems, take some conclusions, learn about the idea. An idea is always something that solves the lack of solutions in the market. Then we're going to solve that with a product, which is part 2, Vitae, the product. Part 3, behind every idea, there's an opportunity. We're going to discuss the opportunity as well. Part 4 is the pay in and out solution, which is we use the Vitae token. And in part 5, the most important part is Vitae, the vision. If you have no destination, you'll never arrive at the destination. You need a vision. You need to know where this is going, what is to expect. What am I supposed to do in this journey? Am I on the same track, etc., etc., etc.? So we're going to discuss that today with our journey here. Let's talk about the future. So part 1 is Vitae, the idea. Now, what is the problem in the market? People are currently not happy with the current situation of social media platforms, and for various reasons. Number 1 is there's no privacy, which means people feel, people know, people start to acknowledge that the fact that their data is being sold. The data that they provide in these platforms is actually being sold to third parties. They don't like that because their privacy is actually compromised. That's one large, big issue actually that people currently have with the current social media platforms. Number 2 problem is that they have no freedom of speech, because if they want to engage in some kind of political speech, or even in the topics of health, when it's related to another cure that you think you believe in for COVID, for example, you'll be censored. You'll be silenced because there's a different agenda there. And people don't like that. They want to have a platform where they can obviously connect with their friends and relatives, but they want to communicate on all topics, and they want to voice their opinions. They don't want to be shut down or censored, actually. Now, another issue is because we have so many people on social media platforms, which possesses a pool of information, that information is being taken and sold to a third party, which is the party of the customers, actually, of these platforms, and which are the advertisements. And they'll manipulate your thoughts by adjusting these advertisements personally to your searches, to your profile, etc., etc. That's another issue. What else do we have? Fake news and misinformation. Yes, we see that happens a lot on social media, where the resources are just, sorry for my French, but crap. And yet this goes viral on social media, and people actually are being misinformed. That also applies to point number 2. We discussed it, no freedom of speech. What does that mean? If some other stuff is being censored, you don't get the full picture. Well, obviously you're misinformed, right? Another big issue that we have on social media is slander and abuse. People are being abused on platforms through fake accounts, etc. There's no KYC procedures. There's no real person behind these accounts. You have no idea who you're being attacked by, etc., 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 etc. People using, for example, fake email addresses, fake accounts, fake profile pictures, fake data, yeah, which gives them the opportunity to abuse others on these platforms. What do we do with that? Now, before we know what we do with that, is first let us know, is that even real, what we just summarized here? All right. Well, we have taken that from statistics, and the numbers are pretty high, actually, which actually makes us shocked. I mean, has shocked us to know that this is so much going on, and still there's no solution, there's no alternative. Okay. What we have learned is that 91% of people who have been surveyed, they think that advertisements are much more intrusive than it used to be. Now, I always refer to YouTube, for example. You can use that example to a certain extent. I mean, to any extent, actually. When I refer to YouTube, I mean, I look back just recent 3, 4, 5 years ago. I used to open up a clip. It was straightforward looking. Sometimes it was an advertisement, sometimes not. Big deal. Nowadays, and today I had to watch something on YouTube as well. Two advertisements, and both of them I couldn't skip. I could not skip. And if it's a certain clip that takes longer than just a couple of minutes, like for even 15 minutes, for example, you'll be bothered in the middle of the clip as well with advertisements, sometimes even twice, and maybe only the second one you'll be able to skip. 91% feel like that. Well, I'm part of the 91. 87% people think there are too many advertisements in general. Look at Facebook, for example. Although I do not possess a Facebook account, fortunately, um, people claim all the time the timeline is like jam packed with advertisements. People are fed up of that. They don't want that. 79% of people think that they are being traced by these platforms. They really feel like, hello, I have no freedom anymore. Now, these statistics, okay, these are numbers, but they have as well results. Some people took action, and actually a very large number of people took action. We would talk about a 7 point something billion people on Earth. Over 500 million people have already installed programs that will block advertisements on their devices. Now, because of people doing that action, it resulted, for example, in the year 2015, the companies have lost $22 billion in revenue just due to this action. And the estimated loss for the year 2020 was $35 billion. That is just a figure, and a big figure, to show you how much people are fed up, are sick and tired of having all these advertisements chasing them. And it's not just the advertisements that much that it's intrusive, and you know what, like, leave me alone. It's even the topics of the advertisements. It's always somehow kind of related to your profile, to your searches on Google, to your searches on different websites. Boom, they pop up again. Some people already have taken action. Now, I'm not sending you an ad blocker program, but I think we need to discuss that. Luckily, here, nobody's silencing us, nobody's censoring us. We can freely talk and openly. It's not about selling here a product. It's just about the idea. Why would people, so many people, 500 million people, do that? It raises eyebrows. It raises question marks. It raises really like, wow, is that really that much? Look at the numbers on top: 91%, 87%, 79%. See? Now, what else did we learn from these statistics? 75% of people don't want companies to sell their private data. I always say the same. I don't get the rest 25%. What is the deal with that? Who wants companies to sell their data? You know what? If they pay you, can I sell your data? I would understand you get 25% that would agree to that. But for the rest, I don't understand that. 54% of people feel either fed up, frustrated, or creeped out by companies that use their data to serve targeted and personalized ads. People are fed up of that. But more than that, 84% of people have concerns about businesses monitoring or collecting data from their phone, while 85% of them worry about location tracking from their devices. I always bring you the same example. I use, for example, Google Maps. I every time get, I mean, by me it's once a month. I get a email from my Google timeline that shows me where I've driven, where have I been, how far have I driven, how many kilometers, which places I've visited, which new cities have I been, checkpoints on the map, etc., etc., etc. Now, obviously, if I used Google Maps, yeah, I used it obviously to go from A to B, from B to C, etc. I didn't use that for you to, I mean, for you, Mr. Google, just to collect my history where I was driving. It's like at the time we used a map. Nobody knew where I was driving yesterday. Nobody knew where I'm driving today. I knew it because I took my pen and I drew down the map. Okay, this is what I have to go. On this intersection, I have to take an exit. Then I have to take a left and a right, whatever, right? What is that? Which means somebody is holding and possessing the information of where we go, what we do, how fast we go, how far we go, how much we do. People feel like I've got it. One of the most interesting statistics that we have found is that 73% of people have said that they would pay more. They would pay more. It's not just they would pay even more to online services just to ensure that they don't sell their personal data. This is how creeped people feel, that they're willing to pay more than obviously our platforms who charge you a certain fee to keep your data private. People would pay more to just to ensure it. They know it. My personal data is not being sold. They caught very much our eyes, and you'll understand further down in the journey why this one is so important and why and what we have tackled with that. Now, obviously, the conclusion is to the summary of the problems that we have seen, the statistics that we have been shown, is that all of the above led us to be not social anymore and any longer. Now, obviously, we need a solution. The good news is we have a solution. It's already in the making. It's not something we're going to discuss today. This is actually what we need to do, and let's vote on it. It's already in the making. It's still in its test phase. It's in the beta phase. It's still in the making. But there is a solution. The solution is coming. Now, the solution is obviously a brand new social media platform, one that understands that a timeline needs to be advertisements free, one that understands that freedom of speech must and is in very much need to be respected, needs to respect that personal data is not being sold. A new platform that has a unique feature driven by the community to limit the spread of fake news and misinformation. It's a unique feature. No one else has it. And on top of that, an attractive revenue sharing mechanism based on your activities, where you can actually earn on valuable content if you provide one. The question is, who are we solving it for? Well, it boils down actually to two kind of potential customers. One is simply every social media user. Now, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, it doesn't matter what it is, right? But it feels already uncomfortable by big tech or feel threatened by big tech is already a potential customer. Another kind of a potential customer is every social media user, and particularly think about those who have lost their income or have lost their jobs due to COVID-19, that want to make a living through our state-of-the-art earning model in social media is also a potential customer. And although it's only two kind, I think it covers pretty much a whole bunch of the world and of all ages, of all genders, of all races, really, very, very, very much. But you got to ask yourself three questions. And I want you to take a pen and a paper and write down the answers. simply based on the problems that we have summarized, the statistics that we have seen, conclusion we have taken, the solution we have provided, and the audience we are solving it for. How many people do you think will join this brand new social media platform once it becomes live to everyone? And I know you'll say, well, pretty much everyone, yeah, or almost everyone. I get it. I want a number. And I want you to put this number. I'm not going to ask you later what the number was. I don't ask you to show anyone the number. I just want you to put that number on a piece of paper for yourself. Just park that answer on a piece of paper. Now, once you've done that, I want you to answer another question and as well put it on a piece of paper. And the question is very, very simple. How many people do you think will join this brand new platform because you decide to share it with them? Write it down. Personally, not in team. Personally, you talk to them, you say, you know what? Your story, man, there's a solution out there. Simply, how many people do you think? Put it on a paper. I want to ask you a third question that might challenge your second answer. And if it does, just put a new answer to say question number 2. Is what if you would earn on their activities? Would you make sure that more people join this brand new platform, or would it stay actually the same, not even if you would earn on their activities, just based on the idea what it sells? All right. Before we close chapter 1, I would like to show you, and hopefully it goes through very smoothly, a sneak preview of what a small video that will summarize what we just discussed, and a sneak preview of where is about the journey to go in the next 4 parts of this presentation. Okay?
Did you know there are billions of people on social media? We at Vitae want to leverage that power. Instead of huge multinationals taking advantage of you, we want to bring it back to you. Once you're invited to our platform, making your way around is easy, and all the while, your privacy is guaranteed. As the Vitae timeline is advertisement-free, you can now focus on valuable content and engaging in exciting discussions. At Vitae, we focus on your reason to be online, connect with fellow members, become an influencer yourself, and be paid for what you already do now. That's right, as a creator of good content, you're rewarded in real monetary value. But that's not all. By creating a strong network, you can also earn from other people's activity. Help us to grow our happy community and strive for financial freedom. Don't let your personal impact go to waste and join the thousands of others creating the first full return social media platform ever. Of course, this creates a lot of opportunities for businesses as well. Are you looking to create corporate relevance through corporate social responsibility? We got you. Redistribute your Vitae earnings or join our charity funds in just a few simple steps. Vitae is designed from human to human, where people and companies create relationships that drive global prosperity. Are you ready to make a difference for yourself and for the world? Join us now.
All right. Another one causing me to smile. That's good. Part 2. Part 2 actually is part of the journey. We have started with discussing the idea, and we have come to a solution that we need a new product in the market. And I revealed already that we are in the making of it, and it's the product. So let's discuss this product. So before we go into the product, let's have a small index of what part 2 is gonna talk about and how it works. And actually, it starts very simple with your own registration. Obviously, that's part 1. Part 2 is, it's not part 1. It's number 1 on our list. Number 2 on our list is upon registration, you will get 1 energy boost. And this energy boost contains 150 energy points. Now, if you're new today, don't worry. We'll explain it in part 2 still, what an energy boost is all about and what are these energy points we just mentioned. As well, Vitae will reward you as a gift a free unit, which will be planted in the garden. That be partially explained in part 2 and part 3 of this journey. Then you'll be also rewarded for your post when your posts are being shared by others. Part 2 is going to explain that. You'll be rewarded on the activities of those you refer to the platform. Part 2, part 3 will explain that. And as much as we are now in beta phase, it is required. It is not like after we will public launch, it will be an option. It will be optional. Now in beta phase, as we are in the testing phase of a platform, and maybe you people sometimes think that, oh, come on, we tested it already. What's here more to test? You have no idea how this starts and where this finishes. There's so much involving before you go to a public launch. Wow. I can tell you one thing. If I would know before I started, it's not that I wouldn't start with it, but I would prepare myself much better. Okay? There's a lot to test. There's really, and from the ins and from the outs, mostly from within. But we need the reactions. We need more people to see how much, for example, scalability testing works. People don't even think about it. They think, oh, I need just to test platform. Okay, Mendy platform works. Let's go for public. It doesn't work like this. What happens, for example, I'll give you a stupid example. Adopting a compensation plan. How does the system react to that? How does it work? See, there's a lot of testing on all sides. So yes, it is required to test all features, all functionalities in our platform. And we got to add in this beta phase a lot of features and functionalities to test as well before we go alpha. All right. So an upgrading an account will cost the 199.99 credits per month. Let me tell you that right now already, a credit has a value of a USD. One USD is one credit. One credit has a value of one USD. Okay. And this is to unlock a variety of additional features and benefits. Some of them or most of them are yet to come. All right. And you can earn a commission as well when a referred member upgrades their account. I'll explain that more in part 3 of this journey. So the first point we discussed was an easy start with your own registrations. Well, it's pretty easy. You get a link from a person who has invited you. You click on that link. You get to the registration page where you can enter your details. Obviously, just ensure you're a real person. There's no fake accounts here, so there's no slander and abuse in our platform. We don't want all this fake news and misinformation. Obviously, let's have to deal with real people. That's number one. Number 2 is there are as well possibilities for people, if they engage in a certain activity, to earn something with the platform. Of course, once there is something like that involved, an AML issue can come up. We need to provide a proper KYC to that. Then once we have completed our registration, we'll get a verification email that will verify, yes, is this your email? That's just step 1 of a verification. And once the email is verified, we can continue with uploading a profile photo, a cover picture, and setting up your profile to your social media account. When I say setting up your profile, literally you setting up your profile. It's very simple. Not you setting up profiles for someone else. This is not how this is done. I don't recall the last time I went into the bank opening up bank account numbers for other people. See what I mean? Act normal. Treat this very normal. You set up your own account, right? People have difficulties. Well, obviously, it's not for them. It's not just for random people. It's for people who really understand what is it that they do here, and they're here to test something that will be explored to the world. This is a huge project, and even if you see it now that small, even now it's already huge. But that huge that you see today is so small to where we're going. You see, so we really need people to be able to set up their own account. If a person cannot even set up his own account or her own account, what will you expect? Mendy, they became red. They don't have anyone. The conversation already doesn't start good. look for quality, help people understand what is it that you do now in the beta phase. We're preparing something. We're laying down a foundation. We are at pioneer stage. Well, you must understand that once we reach the high levels with this company in the years to come, you'll be recognized as a pioneer to this project. You're not just a random person on the platform. You're just not a random member. You're a special and a unique member. Treated this way. All right? So we discussed as well the word energy points. Now, let's first understand how can you get energy points? Well, there are four ways. One is just by completing your registration, you'll get an energy boost. I'll get very soon to what that is, an energy boost. But through an energy boost, you'll get energy points. Number two way to get to energy points is just buying them, and you can buy them unlimited. Yeah. Number three way to get energy points is by buying energy boosts. And every time you buy an energy boost, you get your energy points. However, you can buy only up to 20 energy boost maximum a day. Okay. There's a fourth way to get to energy points is by receiving them from your sponsor. When we refer to the word sponsor, we mean the person that has actually sent you this invite link we just discussed about in our previous slide. Okay. And this is through Sharepower, which I will explain further down in part 2. Energy points detailed. Okay, so we know already how we get the energy points, but okay, I can buy them. What's the price? Straightforward. 1 credit cent, that's equal to $1 in value. You will get already 2 energy points. So if you make a simple math, for 20 credit cents, you'll get 40 energy points. For 60 credit cents, you get 120 energy points. For 1 credit, you'll get obviously 200 energy points, and so on and so forth. Just make the math, double it, right? What will you be able to do with your energy points? Various stuff. One is to post on the platform. People connect, people put posts. You can like those posts. You could put a certain sticker on it, a love, a smiley, a heart for whatever you love it. It doesn't matter. All kind of stuff, energy points you can use for them. You'll be able, for example, after public launch is going to be very, very much in use, is for those people who don't want to take the option of upgrading, they'll be able to use certain features that the upgraded member gets for his upgrade or her upgrade, but they will be able to select certain stuff with energy points to unlock their variety of these additional features, and much more stuff to come. We just mentioned all over the place now, energy boost. Now, okay, what is an energy boost? You can buy an energy boost for 0.60 credits, but instead, as I just mentioned, just to buy with energy points, 0.60 credits, you get 120 energy points. You don't buy the energy points directly, you buy an energy boost, and it'll give you a boost of an extra 30 energy points, which means you'll get 150 energy points instead of 120 energy points if you do it through buying a boost. Yeah, we mentioned that as well. So an energy boost, upon registration, Vitae will give you as a gift 1 energy boost for free. Okay, so that's a gift from Vitae to us, the people. However, every time an energy boost is being created through a purchase or whatever, there's a bonus attached. It's very important to remember that every single time an energy boost is being bought through you or through someone else, and you'll understand soon what I mean through someone else, there's a bonus attached. And this bonus is that Vitae will plant a unit in the garden. I'll explain that further more in detail in part 3 of this journey. Okay? Which is obviously, I said it before, part 3 is the opportunity. So Vitae will plant a unit in the garden means there is an opportunity for you, besides the activity that you just purchased a product that is called an energy boost and got for that 150 energy points. Okay, of course, I just said it in the previous slide. Upon registration, you'll get an energy boost, and there's always a bonus attached to an energy boost. Yes, that means that upon registration, for that energy boost you got, you'll also be planted a unit in your garden. Okay? We discussed earlier in the list of problems that we gotta, the list, not of problems, sorry, of solutions, that we gotta provide a unique feature which is driven by the community, which actually makes it a self-regulated community, And it's by limiting the spread of misinformation and fake news. Now, this might be very interesting if this is the first time you're listening to this. If this is the second or 10th time, you're just learning it better and better. Okay. So never regret coming back. It's always a pleasure being back here. It's always a pleasure to see you, but it's always another tweak, another learn, another idea, another new thing that you see and understand better and better. And learn to see, you know what? I can do that too. Just using the presentation and help people understand what is it that we do, what is it that we offer. So, what is the unique feature all about? We are different than virtually any other platform. Is in any other platform, you see something, you want to share it, boom, you click the button of share, and you just share it with someone or with a public team or with a group or whatever, depends on which platform you use, and that's it. By us, we do it in a different way. Sharing a post is not for free. Now you might be halted a second, like, whoa, what does that mean? How much does it cost? It doesn't cost much. We're talking about peanuts. It's 10 credit cents. Okay? But although it's peanuts, it's always going to hold you like, whoa, is it worth sharing it? And then it's going to make you think. It's only going to make you share and willing to pay to share if you believe that it has the value of at least these 10 cents to share it, that it will add value to someone else, to the people on your timeline, to the friends you want to specifically share it with, which is in our platform like this. You can decide which people can see your post. See what I mean? For example, you can decide public or private or whatever, but it's going to make you think for a second. Why do we do that? First of all, we know that if this is the unique feature, number one is the only common post that you will see on the platform are going to be valuable content, and the low content is going to be filtered out, which I think it's about time we should have a platform like this, because I have talked to so many people and they are so frustrated when the youth, when their children today are sitting on these platforms with what they can and are able to see. And when they know, if I can have my child using a platform that he can connect and communicate with his or her friends, but I know there's no crap to see there because it's only valuable content, I feel good about it. Okay? That's one of the things that are very, very good of this unique feature. Another good point is, I said it many times, I'm going to repeat that today as well, is how often the online world influences our offline life, our offline world. Here's what I mean by that. You know, certain people want to protest stuff. They're not happy. So they want to gather a group of people and manifest, right? They want to protest it. There are always people who want to take advantage of those kind of opportunities and not be seen, but they can really go out there and smash some windows and steal some stuff. So the more people there are gathered, the less they can be seen, the less control there is, the more chances they have to do what they want to do. So what do? They just make sure there's a big crowd. Now, how does this go? Well, they have platforms to use that, social media platforms. It goes viral. They sell you a very good meaning why you need to be there, why you need to protest, and etc., etc., etc. But the cost is too much to bear. Too many people are being hit. Too many people are being stolen. Too many people are sometimes dying. What if we could have an option of limiting the idea that this information gets to people so the crowd that gathers in the offline is not as large as what we see nowadays? What if people needed to pay on all these platforms to share the location and the timing and the reasoning for this protest? And I'm obviously not talking about a peaceful protest. I'm just talking about a protest that goes out of control. That means that actually less people would gather. Maybe people with ideology, they would pay the 10 cents just to make sure other people see it. See what I mean? But less people would gather. That means that less violence would be on the street. You're helping making the world a better place. Now, look, it's optional. A person says, look, all my stories, I'm not going to pay something to share. Don't. Just don't share. Go to Facebook. I mean, what should I tell you? If you're happy with Facebook, why should you even look at this? We're offering an alternative. If you don't like the alternative, some people like BMW, the others like Audi. Others will tell you, sorry, I mean, Mercedes is much better than those two. Some people will tell you it's Tesla. The others will tell you it's Porsche. It could be various reasons. Not everybody likes the same. This is what is nice about us as people. We don't all like the same colors, the same taste, etc. But many people, I guarantee you, many people are fed up of the current situation, and we have seen the numbers, right? Anyhow, these 10 cents, they don't go to the company. What happens with these 10 cents, it'll be divided in 5 pieces of 2 cents. All right? And it will be divided amongst the people who shared it before you, which means if A shared it from B, then B will get 2 cents of the 10 cents that A just paid. But if B has shared it from C, of those 10 cents, C will also get 2 cents of the 10 cents that A paid. This is how it usually works. The only difference is, what if B is the creator of the post and A has shared it from B? Where will go the rest 4 times 2 cents? So this is what I'm going to show you in the next slides. However, what you must remember and understand, and this is also very unique, there's always one of the 2 cents, always and eternally, will go to the creator of the post, which means, again, as an influencer, and when I say as an influencer, I mean you, not the influencer you're thinking about now. Every single person becomes here an influencer. You just need one person to share your post, and you have influenced someone. But it's your post. It doesn't matter how viral this goes, how far this goes, how deep this goes, how many years it's being shared. It is still your post. Well, you'll be rewarded every single time this is shared. Every single time. It doesn't matter how far this goes. Okay? But there are 4 remaining 2 cents. And as much as I told you how this works, if the situation is as close to the creator, it works a bit differently. Let me show you in the next slide how this works, and we'll take a few examples. So Linda is a member of Vitae. Linda has sent a link to Josh to join Vitae. Josh has sent a link to Tina, and Tina has sent a link to Martin to join Vitae, and Martin has shared a link with Ernst and said him, hey, come, this is what we have. And Ernst said, you know what, let me register and be part of this great adventure. Now Ernst says, you know what, I have a good post to make. I'll post it on my timeline. And Marie, his friend on the timeline, not necessarily invited through Ernst to the Vitae platform, decides, you know what, I like this post. I'd like to share it. Now, what happens, obviously, is 10 cents are being deducted of Marie, her account. Now, obviously, we discussed that 2 cents will always go to the creator of the post, which means Ernst will be the first one to get 2 cents of this post. What happens in this scenario is that the remaining 4 will just go to the people who invited Ernst in the first place to the Vitae platform, as you see now happening on the animation of this slide. Okay? But Marie has also a friend, and his name is Dimitri. Now, Dimitri decides to share it. Obviously, 10 cents will be deducted from his credits account, and he shared it from Marie, so Marie will get 2 cents, but Ernst is the owner of the post. He will get 2 cents. So we have remaining 3 2 cents. Where does it go? Does it go to Linda? Does it go to Josh, Tina, or Martin? Well, it goes to Martin because Martin has invited Ernst to the platform. Tina has invited Martin. Josh has invited Tina. But Linda is out of play because we only have 5 times 2 cents in a 10-cent sharing of a post. So Linda is out of play in this case. Now, what if this goes further down? So Mark is a friend of Dimitri, and he decides to share it. Obviously, 10 cents goes down, is being deducted, of his credits account, and he shared it from Dimitri. Dimitri shared it from Marie. Marie, the owner, the creator of the post. The remaining 2 will go to those who have invited the creator of the post to the platform, and Josh and Linda are out of play. Now, the next person to share it is Taini. I'm not going to give you now the example of Taini, but Gustavo has shared it from Taini. So Gustavo pays 10 credit cents to share the post that originally is from Ernst, but he shares it from Taini's her timeline. Now, because you shared it from Taini, Taini will get 2 cents, and Taini shared it from Mark, so he will get 2 cents. Mark is shared from Dimitri, and Dimitri from Marie, and then the fifth goes obviously to the creator of the post earns. And now you see in this, once we go that far away from the creator, all those people who have invited the creator to the platform, in this case, are not anymore involved in the process. From now on, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Always 4 people that have shared it before you will get the 2 cents, and the fifth will always go to the creator of the post. So when Barrett decides to share it, Gustavo will get, Taini will get, Mark will get, Dimitri will get, Marie not, Ernst will get. Why not Marie? Because the fifth has to go to the creator of the post. In this scenario, I'll give you one more example. Maylin has shared it from Barrett, so she pays this 10 cents to share the post of Ernst, originally created by Ernst, but she shares it from Barrett, her timeline. Barrett receives then 2 cents. Barrett has shared it from Gustavo's timeline. Gustavo's from Taini's, and he's from Mark. And although Mark has shared it from Dimitri's timeline, no, Dimitri will not get the 2 cents because the fifth has to go to, that's right, Ernst. Ernst is the creator of the post, and he is an eternal beneficiary of this sharing mechanism of his post. In this scenario, it's his. In this example, it's his post. So obviously, if Dimitri decides, for example, to post something and Mark shares it from Dimitri, Mark pays 10 cents. Dimitri, as the creator of the post, will get 2 cents. But the 4 people who have invited Dimitri to Vitae platform will get the 4 remaining 2 cents, as I showed you with Linda, with Josh, with Tina, and with Martin, right? If Marie makes a post and Maylin is a friend of Marie, could be on the same timeline, she shares it from Marie, Barrett is not going to get anything, right? Because Barrett is not necessarily the one who has invited Mary to the platform. So you get a bit of flow? Good. So we can continue. Now, this is one thing I've mentioned earlier before. We have something that's called Sharepower. And what is Sharepower? Well, the word says itself, it's the power of sharing. Yeah. Every credit that has been earned when a post has been shared will be divided in 2. Namely, 50% will go into your regular credits account, and the other 50% will go into your Sharepower account. Now, what can you do with the Sharepower account credits? The power of sharing. The only thing you can do with it is buy, once you have accumulated 60 credit cents, an energy boost, but not for yourself. Only for the people you directly have sent a link to, invite them to Vitae and have registered and joined through your link. Only for those people you can purchase buy an energy boost once you've accumulated your 60 Sharepower credits. That happened to you from the 50% of what came in when a post has been shared. Yeah. Now, this direct person that you have invited upon receiving this energy boost, of course, will get 150 energy points. But you remember we talked about it earlier, to every energy boost. And this is when I said created, whether you have purchased or purchased by another person. Well, this is by another person, the person who is your sponsor. In example, there's a bonus attached to it. What's the bonus? That Vitae will plant a unit for this activity in the garden for this person. That means on his or her name. But the power of sharing is one thing. The bigger power is giving, is receiving. When you give to others, you receive back. What is it that you receive back? Is that this particular unit that we just talked about, and I'll explain in the next part, which is part 3, the opportunity, will be planted in the garden on their name, but it will be planted in your garden as the sponsor of this person. And that could be your sponsor, for example, which means the unit will be on your name, but it will be planted in the garden of your sponsor. Now, we keep talking about the garden that much, and I told you it's going to be in part 3, which is the opportunity. Let us unlock, as we see on the picture on the left, the opportunity. What is it, the story here with this part? So the garden pretty much is, as you see on the left side, is a sunburst. And it's a sunburst that you see on its first layer, it's split it in 5, and the next layer is multiplied by 5. So you see behind every unit in this sunburst, there are 5 other units, but it's not in 5, it's always in a layer, it's always in a sunburst. And this is a special algorithm. And this algorithm is just here to calculate the commissions that Vitae will pay out to all members upon their activities. Let me repeat that again. Vitae is not a charity foundation. It is not a gambling website. It is not a lottery system, and certainly it's not an investment system with return on investment. Vitae is a social media platform. Very simple. But the difference between this social media platform and virtually every other social media platform is that Vitae decides to reward its members upon their activities, which means if people help moving our product, our service to other consumers, instead of taking the earnings of the product completely just to us, we share it, I mean, part of it at least, the bigger part of it, sorry, with the market back, with you, the members who helped us getting there, who helped us grow. Okay? So if you expected to have an investment and wait for a return investment, I'm sorry, you're in the wrong town, in the wrong place, and at the wrong time. Okay? We do not sell investment. We don't have a financial license to sell you investment packages. So I'm sorry if you got misinformed. You probably got that through another social media platform. They didn't have a unique feature, but this is how this works. So let us understand how the sunburst is being filled. Well, it's being filled by the units that are being planted in this sunburst. And if you look good, it's planted from left to right, clockwise, but in a balanced way. You see, our second unit of the second layer has just been filled. So guess what? Where's the third going to come? Take a good look. The third is going to come there. The fourth, fifth, it's always going to follow 3 by 3. Now 4 by 4. Then it's going to go 5 by 5. Always in a balanced way. Always. I'm not going to do now the entire sunburst, but this is the idea. Now, as I said, every unit is planted in the garden of their sponsor, which means you need to understand that every unit starts its own garden. Every unit has a layer around the unit of 5 units, and the next layer is multiplied by 5, which means 25 units in the layer around it. Every unit starts like this. Just give you an example of one, and you see it like a half moon, but this half moon, if you click on it, it starts its own life there. Okay. Now, it is there to represent a certain algorithm that will calculate the commission, which means every time a unit is being planted, there's instantly a payout to that. And if you look on the tablet on the left, you'll notice that each layer has a different garden commission, which means if a unit is being planted in the first layer around your unit, you'll receive upon that specific unit 12 credit cents. If it happened to be planted in your second or third layer, you'll receive 4 cents. And if it's happened to be planted in your fourth and fifth layer, of your sunburst, you'll receive upon that specific unit 9 credit cents. Now, of course, on your fifth layer, there's not just one unit, there's a whole bunch of units. Yeah, as a matter of fact, there are even 3,125 units that will pay you out 9 credit cents once they have been planted there, which means through activity. And how does that happen? Obviously, by expanding your network. The more people you invite and help to become members of Vitae, first of all, they'll get an energy boost with one of the 50 energy points. But upon that, they will get a gift that a unit will be planted for that energy boost as a bonus. However, people can buy energy boost. So if because of you have helped to move the product, which is an energy boost, to a new consumer, to your person that you have invited, these units are being planted in your garden, which means you'll be rewarded for that because of you, there was a certain activity on the platform. See what I mean? And a real action needs to happen before you get a commission. This is not an investment. This is really labor. People are working for that. People need to invest their time. They need to explain. As much as I'm investing now my time explaining you how the system works, this is when people get rewarded. When you work, you earn. There's no free lunch, right? Is that simple? Yeah? All right, awesome. Let's go next. Now, a full garden, I discussed that, is always a 5 by 5. What does that mean? There are 5 units around in the first layer around your first unit, and it's multiplied by 5, up to 5 layers. Now, if you look back, once your entire sunburst is green and has been filled up and planted with so many units, it has accumulated you a 344.10 credits in garden commission. All right? Now, make no mistake about it. You do not need to wait until it's really filled. As I said, and as you see on the screen, the payout occurs instantly when planted. Number 2 on the bullet point. Immediately when it's planted, you get your commission. It's just to give you a figure. How much is something like that bringing me up after the entire journey? Yes, I've earned up until now 344.10 credits on this particular unit. Now, remember, each energy boost you buy or get through Sharepower or the one you got upon registration opens up an entire garden behind it. So this could go very, very far. If you are really, really helping us grow and being active and make sure that those customers you have helped us growing with are active and engaged in the platform, and because of you, you're moving products from the platform to them, you'll be rewarded. But you'll be even more rewarded when they do the same. You'll be rewarded with sponsor commission. Now, how does that work? Is if you look at the same tablet I just showed you, but on the right side there's sponsor commission. That means if you have, let's take example, Tina has invited Josh. When Josh has invited Linda, sorry, it was Linda inviting Josh, Josh invited Tina. When Tina has bought an energy boost, she gets a unit planted in Josh's garden. Josh will get on its first layer 12 credit cents. But Linda, as the person who has invited Josh, will get 1 credit cent as sponsor commission. On an overall entire sunburst, it's another 101.5 credits as to the sponsor in sponsor commission on those 344.10 credits that the person you have invited has received on a full garden sunburst. Okay? Now, we discussed that earlier. It's not optional in beta. It's going to be optional after we go out from beta. But we have as well an upgraded version. Now, for the upgraded version, there's as well an algorithm, and it's as well as sunburst. It's slightly different than the previous sunburst we've seen, because this time it's not split in 5 units. It's split in 3 units. And it grows up to 8 layers, not 5 as we just saw in the garden. And this is also a different algorithm that will calculate commission that Vitae will pay out for their upgrade activities. All right, so let us learn what that is. Much as we saw in the garden, the purpose is being filled, like the garden, with units. Yeah, just as I just explained to you, it's not split by 5, it's split by 3, and grows up to 8 layers. It's being filled from left to right, clockwise, in a balanced way. And if you look at the screen, you see this happening now. It follows always a previous one related to the balance of the previous layer. Okay? Here as well, I'm not going to do the last layer as well, because otherwise we're going to be sitting here waiting until this entirely fills up. But you got the picture. Now, what we need to understand is that as much as I explained that every time one upgrades, a commission is being paid out. Here you see something very interesting. To the sponsor / sponsors. Now, what does that mean? Listen closely. The difference between the purpose and the garden is you do not buy units into the purpose. You do not buy any units into the garden. This is a reflection of activities. It's a result of something you had previously done. When you come on the platform and you want to engage in the platform, and you need to have a bit vision looking broader to that, you want to use as a free member certain options, certain features, certain functionalities. Well, you need to come to energy points. Now you tell yourself, why should I buy for 60 credit cents 120 energy points if I can buy myself for 60 cents an energy boost and I'll get immediately more energy points for that? So you went and you bought a product. To this product is a bonus attached. But you can buy of this product many more, multiple energy boosts. And this is why you'll be rewarded with more bonuses. So in the garden, one person can have many, many, many bonuses because he has multiple and many, many, many energy boost bought. However, this is one algorithm. This is why we can't mix both. It's two different stories, because this algorithm works out something that is a reflection. You have done a lot of a purchase of a lot of energy boost. This is why you need a lot of bonuses attached to these activities, right? An upgrade is not something you buy every single day. An upgrade is something you buy once a month. It has a time period on it, a 30 days period, right? So you bought for 199.99 credits an upgrade. But this upgrade is valid for the next 30 days. This is one unit being represented for this upgrade. It's a total different algorithm. But this unit also has commissions. And because it is an algorithm, what's the algorithm? To calculate a certain commissions to the people who have invited you. So when Ernst is making an upgrade, the person who has invited him is Martin. Martin, obviously, because he invited him, gets a commission. But Tina has invited Martin to the platform, which means there's only one unit for Tina in her purpose sunburst. It being represented there, the upgrade of Ernst will be represented not just to his sponsor, but the sponsor of this sponsor and the sponsor of her sponsor. This is up to 8 layers represented, which means 8 people who have invited before you and have made an upgrade activity. They bought a product, which is an upgrade. Then the person who has invited them is eligible for a reward. Okay? Now, I know this sounds like a lot of stuff, but it's good for you to understand how this works. Okay? Many of you know already how this works, but it's important for you to also know, okay, I know how it works, but how do I explain that? Well, this is very simple how you explain that. Okay? But as much as in the garden, in this algorithm, in this sunburst, the payout occurs instantly when the upgrade happens. And the purpose also grows by expanding your network. Very simple, very straightforward. Okay? Which means the more people that have upgraded because of you, the more commissions you'll be able to collect. Okay? Now, a full purpose is a 3x8. Why 3x8? We saw the sunburst, it's split in 3, but it grows up to 8 layers, like a beautiful flower. In total, it will accumulate you 36,408 credits, and this is per month. Why is that per month? Because the upgrade is every single month. So the units are already there. So if the entire team that is already there, that you have brought into Vitae, upgrades every single month, what the commissions will also be every single month. See what I mean? But as we saw in the algorithm, the sunburst of the garden, in the purpose as well, there's also a sponsor commission. So every time a person that you have personally invited has a full purpose sunburst, and for that, he monthly or she monthly earns 36,408 credits, as sponsor commission, you will get each month on that specific person 16,425.21 credits in sponsor commission. Now imagine if you have 5 people invited to the platform who have upgraded, and they went on and have helped us grow and brought in more people to buy and move this product from one consumer to another. On each and every single person of them, unlimited, you'll have every single month 16,425 credits. This is huge. Of course, this is long term. I understand. It's just to show you a certain potential. And if you understand, if you look really down on the screen, although it's small letters, but you always got to be careful about the small letters. Yeah. It's just shown you hypothetically to show you, it's just a representation to show you how the compensation plan works. It's to give you a milestone, it's to give you something where you can work to. So you understand you can get there. Over the years, it's long term. It's not something you do like that. Nobody earns $16,000, 425 credits times 10 people, 164 like this for nothing. There needs to be an activity. Okay. In addition to every upgrade, one that buys an upgrade will get 5 energy boosts. That means immediately 750 energy points. It's 5 times 150. Okay. What happens when there is an energy boost created or bought? In this case, bought 5 bonuses attached to it, which means Vitae will immediately plant 5 units in the garden sunburst for that upgrade activity. See? Now, if you look at the screen below on the left side, you'll see that the Purpose Commission has each level of the 8 levels a different payout, which means on level 1, in the first layer, there are 3 units that can maximize to 3 times 67. On the second layer, there are 9 units because it's a 3 by 8. It's multiplied by 3 up to 8 layers. This is 15, which means 135 additional credits. On the third, it's 27 because 9 units to the next layer multiplied by 3, it's 27. That's already 27 credits. On the fourth level, this goes crazy already. We're talking here about 25 credits multiplied by 81 units on your fourth layer. On your fifth layer, you have 243 units multiplied by 26. So you see, this could go very, very far. It could change a whole lot. And if you make some basic calculation, 3 plus 9 plus 27, that's 39 people. And you have an extra 130, 140 bucks every single month in value, right? That's your vacation paid out. Maybe with a new laptop on the side. See what I mean? But if you're really going active and say, you know what, I want to help build this story, this could result very big. There's a lot of power there. Imagine 81, you go to 39 plus 81, that's 120 clients in your store, in your Vitae business. Returning clients every single month. 81 on top of the 39. That's 120 clients. But that's 81 resulting times 25. But if you look good, if you go one step further, we're talking about a fifth layer of 243 units. Plus the 120 that are already in the first 4 layers. We're talking about a team of 363 people in your team that have upgraded this month, last month, next month, doesn't matter. Times 26. It goes very sick. The power here is in the sponsor commission. If you help people, if you make sure that you grow global prosperity with those people, you take them out of poverty, you'll be rewarded. You know what that means? 81 on their 4th level, 81 times 10. And if you, for example, your first 12 customers, so you have 3 in the first layer, you have 9, your first 12 customers have reached level 4. And each one of them has reached level 4. That's 12 times 810 credits. Now imagine those 12 have reached level 5. That's for you 12 times 5. Sorry, it's not 5 credits. It's 5 times 243 credits times 12. Make the calculation. This goes very, very far. Which actually brings us to a very strong motto. Instead of having thousands of members earning hundreds of credits, with us, with hundreds of credits, you get hundreds of people, you get thousands of credits. It's a very powerful motto. Let's go to a very unique tool that we have, which is called the RRS. It's the Residual Retention System. That's what the RRS stands for. Now, the RRS gets activated after your first upgrade and will last a lifetime. What does it do? The first one on 99.99 credits in your credits account, you won't be able to withdraw. It will be reserved for what? For your next monthly upgrade, for your next monthly subscription. So instead of you every single month come in and pay for your upgrade, it just be reserved of your account. Now, what does the RRS do? It automatically upgrades your account when your current upgrade has been expired. And as per the RRS activation, you become again upgraded, which means your unit becomes active again. What happens? All the commissions attached to it are being paid out instantly. Yeah? Now, the RRS is eternal, which means it cannot be deactivated. It's a long life system, eternal. Yeah? What happens is if there are not enough credits to activate the RRS, which means there are less than 199.99 to reserve, obviously the upgrade will expire because the RRS won't be able to activate your upgrade this month. What you need to know is, as an expired member, you are not eligible to purpose commissions. You need to know that. You'll be eligible for sponsor commissions, but purpose commissions are out of play. Once you have enough credits again in the balance, in your credits account, the RRS will realize that. It will automatically kick in and execute the upgrade, and then enable for you again the purpose commissions. Okay? Now, I know in part 3, the opportunity we have, in part 2 as well, but in part 3 is we've discussed a lot of stuff. And in case this sounds like a lot of information, don't worry about it, because we have an algorithm set in place that will take care of all of that for you. The only thing you really need to worry about is inviting people to join. That they should provide, and you should provide, good and valuable content and share this amazing opportunity with every single person you know. The rest will all work for you. The details don't matter. You'll learn it over time. You'll get used to it over time. It doesn't matter. Okay? Part 4, Vitae the token. Yeah, which means we keep talking about credits, but I don't know any place in the world that you can buy credits. Well, what you can is you can buy on the market Vitae tokens, which is a form of cryptocurrency. You can send these to the Vitae social media platform and convert them to credits, which is something for you to understand, something stable, internal, how this happens. Yeah, and you work with credits on the platform. When you want to withdraw your credits, you just convert them back to Vitae tokens and you send them to your personal wallet. Again, to your personal wallet. Yeah, and I'm telling this to people, they need to understand this is not something you send to people all around the world, because you might be in deep trouble with compliance and AML regulations. Okay? So people need to be understanding this is something for you. As much as you don't set up an account for someone else, it's your funds. You're not here supposed to do some wish-wash stories. And this is fully on people, their responsibility, fully on their responsibility to be aware of that. Okay, this has nothing with us. This is with you and your authorities. Very simple, straightforward. Now, the Vitae token operates on an open source. It's an open source cryptocurrency on an open source blockchain, right? It's community-driven, trustless transaction. You do not need an intermediate bank to process these transactions for you. These are fast transactions. It's worldwide with low transaction costs, and it is decentralized. Now, decentralized means it's not by us. It's not our blockchain. It's not our tokens. Every person who buys tokens, it's his or her tokens. Simple as it sounds. Okay, so to spare I always tell people to be careful with your wallets or your exchanges where you hold your tokens, because it's your responsibility. If you don't possess the private key, you lose it. Okay, and you lose the private key, you lose your funds. You are fully responsible. It's on your wallets. It's as much as you have a wallet. When you wear with you a wallet, if you lose it, it's your responsibility. It's gone. Okay, so be careful how you handle this stuff. Part 5, the most important part of this journey. It was so much fun hearing on, for example, part 3, the opportunity is amazing. For me, part 1 is the opportunity amazing. The idea that we are already solving and tackling problems in the market is already amazing. Yeah. But where is this going to? We have learned so much. We've seen so much. Yeah. But what is it I want to achieve? Well, I want you to follow very strictly. Vitae believes to have the best chance and opportunity of our lifetime to make an amazing change in social media as a whole. The status of what social media today is to really refurbish, change it. Yeah? Meaning to be, first of all, a social media platform, for the people. Not for the people on top, but for the people. What kind of people? For the people who seek freedom of speech. People who want to voice their opinions. People who want nobody to tell them what they can and what they shouldn't or should not or should talk about. For the people who seek privacy of their data, they don't want their data to be sold. This is what we want, Vitae, to be that kind of social media platform and treat our people as customers rather than products being sold to advertisers. Being a social media platform to the people where the people can earn and get to earn on their valuable contents and be rewarded for their activities. While we do so much on other platforms, we are so active. We are helping them growing. We share with every single person, come join me on this platform and let's communicate there. We never get rewarded. When we post an amazing content and it's being shared via, we never get rewarded. Well, we need a platform for that. And this is what Vitae wants to be. A platform that shares actually the idea that people get to earn on their valuable content and are being rewarded upon their activities. A platform where the people are being respected again, rather than being censored, silenced, manipulated, and humiliated over and over again and again. Now, this is a very nice story, but in order to achieve this, we need you, because this platform is not going to be a platform if it's only 15 people on it. The only way this is going to be a successful person is if we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of members using this platform as their alternative social media platform. So in order to get there, I cannot do this alone. I need you. We need you. The world is not counting on me. They're counting on you. The world needs an alternative, and they're counting on you. We need you. We need you to join this journey and help us spread this word with every single person you know without thinking for yourself, nah, it's not for them. Let them decide. And why am I saying that? Imagine the person who has invited you to the Vitae platform has decided not to share it with you because, nah, it's not for you. How would that make you feel? So don't do that to others. Okay? We need you to believe that you can make a difference. Really, don't think, who am I? Who are you? You are an amazing pioneer that possesses information that nobody else has. You are the one, the messenger, to tell them the good news. Okay? We need you to believe that you can add to this cause. And what you add to this cause not just makes a difference, it really matters. It really matters. Now, based upon the 3 questions that I asked you earlier, I want you to think now and look at the answers on this piece of paper you wrote down. What would the world look like when this vision is accomplished? When I say when this vision is accomplished, what do I mean by that? When this number of people you wrote down are using this kind of a platform where they're not being censored anymore, where they're being respected, where the data is in their own possession, when the fake news and the misinformation is not running all around in front of their eyes, when they're not being abused anymore due to people with fake accounts, etc. When they actually get rewarded for their valuable content and their activities, what would the world look like at that time? What if you made that difference? Look at question number 2. You previously wrote down on the paper, what if you have made this difference? And how would it make you feel that you know that because you decided to go out there and make some noise and show your determination and dedication to this great cause and mission? How would it make you feel knowing that because of you, you made that difference in the world and you help people getting out of poverty and you help to make it a better place and you help to grow global prosperity? How would it make you feel? I want you to think about it really, really, really serious. Think 3, 4, 5, 10 years, 20 years down the road. How would it make you feel looking back the journey 20 years ago? I attended a Zoom call. The date was March 16, 2021. It was 8:30 p.m. Central European time. Looking back at this time, how would it make you feel? So come join us. Join us today. Help us make social media a platform for the people. People count on you. Help us. We can do this together because we are Vitae, and Vitae stands for the word life in Latin. We are here with a philosophy that embraces life, embraces every single person, and gives every single person a chance, makes the world a better place. This is the philosophy. This is the foundation of this project. Everything depends on Vitae, on life. This is who we are. Don't let the cynicism get through you. We are much better than that. We are Vitae. Keep that spirit strong. Very, very strong. Now, I thank you for taking your time to listen to this journey. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I actually already did. Imagine. I want to discuss a new point, which I started already doing during the presentation in part 3. We have recently adapted our compensation plan, and now we have a different compensation to the units that are being placed in the purpose sunburst. Okay, the overall has obviously changed, but it's not about the overall. It's about the little people. It's about the less skilled people. It's about the people that just starting reading this book. They're just starting learning, okay, how do I invite prospects to understand my product? They just learn about how do I find prospects? They just learn about how do I get a new person to get started right? They're just starting to learn how do they follow up with their prospects. This is what this is all about. There are enough platforms to show you big numbers, millions and millions for the big guys. But very few come there. And then you find yourself hopping from one to another, blaming the industry, making it a bad name and saying, you know what, come on. And you know what? I actually think this is right. Come on. What if all these stories of network marketing could be real? What if all these success stories that you heard in the market and you decided upon that, you know what? I'm going to join this kind of business. What if this could become real to you? Now, I know you might have heard that in other platforms. This is your opportunity. You can have it. I know that. But I'm talking already past that stage. It's that far from you. Forget it. You are giving up 1,000 times before you even think about getting to one fraction of 1% of that story. What if this could really get to you? Let us calculate the power of the new compensation plan because it really attracts the beginners, the newbies. And if you're successful already, that's what you want your team to be successful, because if your team is successful, you are successful. You see what I mean? What does it take for you to get across the finish line? You start as a side job. What if I told you you want to make an extra $100 a month as a side job? Who is here to say no? But if I told you you want to make an extra 5,000 euros a month as a side job, you tell me, oh, you're crazy, buy out. 5,000 euros too far for me. It's crazy. It is indeed crazy. Okay, what is it that I need to do? What you need to do is, first of all, this is our product. This is what we have. What I want you is to help me grow this story so we can have a platform for hundreds of millions of users. So the majority of the world uses this platform and we can create one big success and stop what's going on nowadays. All this censorship and manipulation and being bothered by all these advertisements. We want a platform for us, for the people. This is what I need to help me get this story in reality. Not just in a test phase. I want you to help me get this story into this vision that I want to be. A platform for everyone. All right. Now on your side job, I want you to help me grow that. And you get an extra $100 for that. How? I want you to work with a team of 12 people. That's not much. 12 people. Side job. It's going to generate you more than $100 a month. Obviously, I'll explain the details. It's not bucks, really. You don't get it in dollars. It's a value. There's script. The details will follow. This is not interesting. I'm talking about a big picture. Nutshell. That's it. If someone tells you today, I'm looking for a job, don't tell him, hey, I got it for you. That's not true. Because you know, too, he or she needs at the end of the month, $1,500, 1,500 euros. You know now they won't have by the end of the month activity in Vitae 1,500 euros. That's not true. Don't tell them I got it for you. Be honest with them. It's going to take you a couple of months. You're new to this. I'll have to train you. I'll have to help you. I'll come with you. We'll do a presentation together. I'll forward you to a presentation of my colleagues. We have friends in India who do that. We have friends in Belgium who do that. We have friends in France who do that. We have friends in London who do that. We have friends all over in all kinds of languages who do presentations. We'll learn together. We'll do this together. But in a couple of months, if we really work hard and we really do this together, you'll be able to earn more than your average income, more than 1,500. You could be able to do 2,000, 2,200. We'll open up our own virtual restaurant, our own virtual shoe store. We'll open up our Vitae business. We'll have as many clients as they have. A normal restaurant, 100 to 120 customers. We'll make them returning customers. That's what we need to do. Well, let's work together. Let's do this together. Couple of months later, yes, you can get to 2,000, 2,500 bucks and even more per month. Now you want to take it really serious? You're making your location of your restaurant bigger, where it can possess not just up to 120 clients at the same time. Not in 1 month. Like there's only 2 tables in your restaurant. You're making it a serious restaurant where 360 plus customers can come into your restaurant over the flow of 1 year. Of 1 month, sorry. I don't even dare telling you what this means. I don't even dare telling you what this means. 363 people in your purpose, if they are layer, but that means, in your sunburst. We're talking a 5-digit number, you know that? It scares me to even think beyond that. It's possible. You're that far away from there. Never has there been a chance in any opportunity you have seen. Never has there been a chance to be that close to a 5-digit income. But again, it's going to be hard. It's going to suck, and you're going to work your butts off. I'm telling you this truth straightforward. This is not easy. And why it's not easy, one of the quotes that I saw, Prashant, I don't know if you're still here. You probably are. Where are you? You'll be easy to catch because you're wearing green today. But yeah, here you are. What's up? I loved one of the quotes I saw on your WhatsApp status. The rich become richer because the poor thinks that every opportunity is a scam. I saw this on your status. It caught my mind. It was like really, wow. The rich get richer. Listen closely, guys. Yeah. So, by the way, thank you, Prashant. I learned. You see, you always learn from other people. You don't not just earn from your you learn from your upline. You earn from every single person. The rich get richer because the poor thinks every opportunity is a scam. This blew my mind. It was really amazing. No, seriously. I see smiles. I see Bukat. You guys are smiling. You know what that means. How many times have you confronted that issue? That poor person, he will explain you or she will explain you how much your story is a scam. And you're like, what the hell, man? This is what you're like. You got nothing in your life. Yeah, you got nothing in your life. You see me here. I'm talking about opportunity. I'm not talking about closure. I'm not talking about depression. Come on. Where do you take the knowledge from? What did you do in your life that you are able, or you're only sucking up your life? Listen to the person who has done some success. This is what this means, this sentence. But don't throw them in the water then and now swim. No. Let me teach you how to swim. We all remember how we learned to swim. We got the stuff here that makes us look big. We got it around our waist. We got the planks to be in the water to swim forward. And yet still we were so afraid. We didn't trust the system that we won't fall into the water. Right? Okay, somebody's here really here to disturb, but never mind. I'm sorry. Do you guys hear the notification on my laptop as well? Yeah? Okay, let me turn that down and fast. And now it stopped. Still? Noah? What do you hear? You hear something? Still hear noise? No. Okay, that's probably the buzz. Goes out of the room. Just a second. Sorry. People like to bother others, especially when they're busy. I'm sorry. So, what it is the story is very simple. Open up your heart. Understand your story of life. When you learned swimming, you also didn't trust the system. At a certain level, you holded on to the guide, to the person who taught you swimming, although you were jam-packed with stuff to hold you above water. Up until you started trusting the system and you went on your own. Every time they took off one piece of the waist, it was a new drama. But you let it happen because you saw it worked up until now. You just worked with the guide. Up until the day it went swimming without anything on your waist, without anything on your arms, without anything. And we started going to the swimming pool to the deeper water. It was a whole new drama. Remember that time? Don't expect a person when you meet him or her in the first time to have it all figured out and be like a shark or like a dolphin in the water. All right? You're not better than them. You did not do this. It took you time to learn to swim. Today, we jump into the water. Swimming is not even something we think about. We talk while we're swimming. I mean, like, obvious. Remember, but please remember that time. We all remember the day we started swimming. It's very simple. It's a process. So is business. So is helping people grow. But you're not that far, and it's not so many. I told you the motto. Instead of having thousands of members to make hundreds of credits, yeah, and I'll be very open about it. Maybe he's going to kill me right after the call. Yeah, I'm talking to the guy in the red shirt today. He's still not here. He's still not figuring it out. Yeah, is the right? Yeah, you are figuring it out. Yeah, but I remember we had to discuss. I'm not going to say names now, but I remember you told me, Mendy, listen up. I'm working my butts off. I have thousands of people. I just don't make ends meet. I can't. I need to feed my children. And I'm so happy and I'm so glad to see you again here. Because now you see, hey, first of all, with hundreds of members, I can feed my children. I can feed my family. I can live much beyond. And do you know what the good news is? He has already these members in this team. Maybe they turn to the color of his shirt. Okay, maybe. It can still change shirt. we can still work with that. We can still refresh. So it will take another month. It will take another 2 months. Maybe it'll take another 3 months to change the process. But you know already, I have something to work with. I have the tools. I have already the people. Let's just do this. And let's just do this together. Multiply it, duplicate it, work with it. Now, this is the good news. Well, I don't have bad news, so it stays with the good news. It's very simple. So let us leave this call today with a positive note. Understand the power, understand the impact with an activity of a good working team. And it's not that hard to get there, although it's going to suck and you're going to be humiliated at some levels on the way. You're not that far. Understand, you want to have an income of 2,000-3,000 credits per month. A good team of 120 people dedicated to this beta phase. Make the calculation. How many meetings do I need to do? It's a quotum. How many meetings do I need to do in order to get to 120? In team. In team, guys. It's not alone. In team. Think one level further down. The power of going with your direct people to the next layer. Going to a 5-digit income per month. Working in team. A total of 363 in team. How many meetings need to happen in a day? If each person, and I'm going now, really good work, 5 meetings a day, 5 days a week, that's 25 meetings a week. Alone. If you do that with 10 people of your team, it's 250 meetings in the week. It's 250 meetings in a week. That means in a month, it's 1,000 meetings happening in your team in a month. If your quota is 3 on 10 in your team, that's 300 people in a month in your team. You know what that means? It's possible. I didn't say it's going to happen to you in a month. That's not what I'm suggesting here. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying one thing. It's possible. It's possible. And if it's possible, I want you to repeat after me. It doesn't matter how hard it is. And it doesn't matter how hard it will get. I'm still going to make it because it's possible. And it will not be over until I win. Keep living with this motto every single day. When all the people turn you down, you tell yourself it's possible. I'm not going. My size is not falling down for not getting to 363 people, for example, and helping my people to get to their 360. But first stage to get to 120 people, sort myself out and have my friends cross the finish line. It's possible. Tell it to yourself every single moment. It's possible. If you think it's not possible, leave the arena now. No opportunity will ever bring you that income. If you own a restaurant and not a virtual one, and you have 363 customers coming in with a $200 volume in your steakhouse, you're not going to make it 5 digits a month. I guarantee you that. If you have 363 customers all over the months coming in, buying maximum for $200 in your business in this month, after all expenses, you're not going to have 5 digits in your pocket. Forget it. So if you think it's impossible, get out of here. Not out of here. I mean, get out of anything of business and go to the government and try to pull out something from them. Become just somebody who abuses the system. I mean, seriously, it's impossible for you to do something.